Good morning, children. I'll teach you today the chapter 7 of volcanoes. This is for standard 9. The subject is geography. The chapter is volcanoes, that is chapter 7. Now, what is a volcano? A volcano is a vent or a narrow opening in the earth's crust from which the hot molten magma erupts from the earth's interior. You would have seen the bursting of the volcanoes, the explosion with how the volcano comes out. So, this is the meaning of the volcano. Now, let us see what are the causes of volcanic eruption. It is heat and pressure inside the earth, plate tectonics, and magma chamber. Now, let us see what is heat and pressure inside the earth. Now, heat and pressure inside the earth, the temperature and the pressure, you know that both increases from the surface towards the center of the earth. As rock being the bad conductor, the earth's heat does not escape on its own. So, what happened? Instead, it melts the rock and builds a great pressure inside the earth crust, and the pressure forces the heat to find an escape route through fissure and cracks, and through which the explosion takes place. And that is one of the causes of the volcano. Second one is plate tectonics. You must be seeing that the earth's crust is made up of various kind of movable plates. When these plates, which I have already spoken to regarding while formation of the rocks were there, like how the fold mountains are formed, here also you will see when these plates slide against each other or collide against each other due to intense heat inside the earth's core, their edges they produce a fault or a crack. Along these boundaries, the crust is weakened through which the hot magma gushes out, leading to the volcanic eruption. Moving to the third part that we have is called the magma chamber. The molten material which is there inside the earth crust melts and weakens the rock, and it creates a huge chamber inside it. Okay, for itself, fresh magma constitutes to pour inside the chamber. Since magma contains silicate, the pressure always acts vertically upward. That means it goes straight upward. Okay, and once a route is found, it rises the surface. That is why many volcanoes found along the plate boundaries. You can see here, figure 7.2. You can see the magma chamber which is there in the red color, through which it gushes out outside from a vent which is a conduit, or you can see a pipe, okay, through which the lava or the magma comes out. Now there are various products of volcano. We have magma and lava, and we have the solid material. What is a magma and a lava? The magma is a molten material which is there inside the earth crust. When it is there inside the earth crust, it is known as magma, and when it comes out of the earth crust from the source of volcano, it takes the form of a lava. A solid matter like pyroclastic rocks which have been produced, these are, and also there are dust. The dust particles are go on increasing from small size to the large size. Then we have the structure of the volcano. You can see the structure of the volcano consists of a vent or a volcanic cone. Now a vent is nothing but the conical pipe in a circular shape which is there inside the volcano. That is called a vent through which the lava or the magma erupts. Volcanic cone, the erupted fine material being very hot collects around the vent and begins to cool gradually and solidify. The accumulation of such kind of material and solidification leads to the vent which goes to its typical cone like shape. From that it is known as a volcanic cone. Now there are various types of volcanoes. First we have the active volcano, then we have the dormant volcano, and then we have the extinct volcanoes. Now active volcanoes are those volcanoes which are presently active in state and have erupted in the recent past. Example, Mount Stromboli in Etna in Italy, Pinatubo in Philippines, and Mauna Loa in Hawaii. So these are very active, still active. So they are regarded as active volcanoes. Dormant volcano means they are regarded as sleeping volcanoes and may become active anytime, like Mount Kilimanjaro of Africa and Vesuvius. Extinct volcanoes, extinct means dead. These have not erupted in the present geological period and are not likely to erupt in the future as well. So therefore the example is Mount Aconcagua in South America and Mount Kenya in Africa. So these are the types of volcanoes that we have studied. Now let's look into the various effects of volcano. So it has been broadly classified under two heads. One is called constructive effects and one is called destructive effects. Now let's look into the constructive effects. Under the constructive effects, there are landforms, like extrusive landforms, which are being formed. First is volcanic plateaus, volcanic mountains, volcanic plains. Then we have caldera lake, hot spring and geysers. Let's get into the detail. Landforms. Extrusive landforms are formed because of the solidification of the lava. It leads to the formation of volcanic plateaus. They are derived from the lava which flows from volcanic eruption, the plateau of Peninsula Plateau of India. Volcanic mountains, a built up material ejected from the fissures. Volcanic mountains are the most diverse because there are a great difference in volcanic eruption as well as the materials they throw up. Example, Mauna Loa in Hawaii. Volcanic plains, they are vast, smooth, extensive landforms founding from volcanic centers. The Western Victorian plains in Victoria, Australia are finest example of volcanic plains. Now let's move on to the next one, that is caldera lake, hot spring and geyser. What is a caldera lake? When the volcano's summit is being blown up, summit is the mouth, it is blown up, the place, there is a depression which is found on that summit. That depression is called a caldera. They are generally formed when the magma chamber is no longer able to emit sufficient magma, and this is the result in the collapse of a cone either partly or wholly. This depression gets filled in with the water. We have that is called the crater lake. Example is the Crater Lake in the USA is a caldera lake. It is about 10 km wide and is deepest lake. You can see the figure also. Photo 7.4. Now we have the hot spring. The movement of the magma in the interior of the earth heats up the underground water, particularly around the magma chamber. It gushes up the surface. Hot springs are known as thermal springs and they dissolve many minerals, and their very medicinal uses are there of the hot spring. So it is found in the Manikaran in Kulu Valley of Himachal Pradesh. That is a great tourist attraction. Then we have the geyser, which is another one of the effects of the constructive effects of the volcano. A geyser fountain has hot water, escapes the underground water, comes into the contact with a faithful geyser. An example is Yellowstone. There are other constructive effects like the lava and ash deposited during eruption breaks down and provide valuable nutrients to the soil. It is also a source of generating geothermal energy and also acts as a tourist attraction places. There are various destructive effects also, like loss of life and property. We have agricultural fields covered with a large volcanic ash and dust which makes it infertile. Huge clouds are formed after eruption and that leads to heavy rainfall leading to floods. Volcanoes, they emit pyroclastic or ashes and the dust which is polluting the environment too. Explosive volcanoes in ocean islands followed by high tsunami waves are also there. And last we have important volcanic zones, Circum-Pacific Belt, which is also regarded as the Pacific Ring of Fire because 80% of the active volcanoes are found here. And the Mid-World Mountain Belt, where Mount Etna, Stromboli are famous active volcanoes, and the only active volcano in India is in Andaman and Nicobar Island is located in this belt. Thank you, children.